If you're listening to this in real time, then we are in the midst of a 31-day TikTok challenge in my Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/audience and authority. And we would love it if you'd come join us too. It is totally free. This is not because I am a TikTok master. I do not claim that, but I do say that the reason I have been so successful on social media is because I play, I experiment, I look at the analytics and see what works, and then I rinse and repeat. And I've done that for my clients. I've done that for myself. I want to help you do that too for yourself. So come join us on this 31-day TikTok challenge in the Facebook group. Every day I'm making at least one TikTok, probably several, and then I'm sharing what's working, what's not, what new features did I learn, what am I learning from the platform in real time, and I'm going to be sharing that in the group. I'm thinking about also putting a podcast version of that as well, so you can look and listen out for that. But I would love for you to come and join us so you can get that accountability, community, and support as you continue to grow your own social media community. Can't wait to see you there. Hello and welcome to the Social Media Magic Podcast, the perfect podcast for TPT sellers, teacherpreneurs, and teacher business owners who consider themselves to be introverts. Each episode shares all kinds of ideas, tips, tactics, and strategies to help you make more sales and grow your community on social media. Without further ado, let's get on to today's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Social Media Magic Podcast and my Facebook group. My name is Brittany Verlenich. I am the host of this community and the host of this show, and I am so glad you're here. We are on day 5 of our 31-day TikTok challenge, and today the challenge is really simple, but it might not be easy for you. And it is this. You are going to think of something you strongly believe when it comes to your niche. So you might hear me say a couple of things over and over again about being yourself online, about how you can build a business and have omnipresence without being online all the time. These are kind of like sound bites or catchphrases that are going to be synonymous with you and your brand. So I want you to take a second, and if you haven't already, think of 1, 2, 3, or 5 of these things. You can put them in the notes app of your phone, or you can write them down in a notebook. What are some things that you believe? Because you're not just building a brand for your TPT store or your website, you're also building a personal brand, whether we like it or not. But thankfully, that is what's going to be really important in 2023 and beyond, because it's hard for us to build a community if we're not even putting ourselves out there and letting people get to know, like, and trust us. And that starts with us being super honest with them. So when we're talking about like authenticity and consistency in the online space, this is what we're really getting to. Who are we? What are we here to say? And who is going to resonate with it most? If you can get those things down, that's called your messaging. Your content is going to be so much more compelling, and your copy is going to convert better. Copy just means anything that's written. So that means your sales pages, that means your posts, that means your emails. The cool thing is, the better you get at social media marketing, the better you get at writing blogs, writing scripts for podcasts, crafting pitches, because it's all related and it all comes down to copywriting. Let's think about that. Let's think of those sound bites. Once you have 1 to 3 to 5 of those value statement belief sound bites, you're going to find a trending sound on TikTok, be something cute and clever. So the one I chose today, the superhero one, I can't actually even think of the movie. I think it's called a superhero movie, and it goes like, "It would be so awesome. It would be so cool." And I'll link it down below so you can go hear it. But basically, it's kind of like you're dreaming for a second. Like, what would your ideal life look like in this niche or space? Like, if one thing was different, maybe if everybody in the niche started doing X or stopped doing Y, what would be the transformation Z? So for example, if we stopped using timed tests, students wouldn't be so anxious in math. If we stopped just reading from a textbook, we could make history more fun. So think of something that you believe. It doesn't have to be super polarizing or controversial. It just has to be you taking a stand on something. So if you can do that, find a trending audio. You could use that specific one if you want, and I'll link it down below in the video or below the video if you're watching the Facebook group so you can see an example of what I mean and how I did it. And that TikTok was only 4 seconds long. So the cool thing is, it's not going to take you a long time once you can figure out what it is you want to say. And the cool thing is, if you have a running note, as the more that you can think of those things, those brand statements, those positioning statements, you can just keep adding them to the list, and you can come up with endless content ideas by going down and figuring out what are different ways I can say this one thing. Because when it comes down to it, we're going to be saying the same thing over and over and over again for the life of our business. It's going to look a little bit different as time goes on, because you might delegate post creation to a VA. You might hire a social media strategist to plan out your content strategy. You might hire a community manager to take your posts and make them into viral content that people can share. Or you might hire a graphic designer to make these into carousel posts or templates. It doesn't matter who specifically does it. You have to get that piece down, and that piece has to come from you. Nobody else can do your messaging but you. That is something you have to do as the founder. Really, really short video. Simple, but not an easy task. What is your message? So what are you here to say? Who's going to hear it? And what is something strong that you believe that would completely revolutionize what it is that you're doing and what you're here to do? Then think of a cute viral song that you could lip sync to say it. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be fancy. I don't have any makeup on. I don't even know if I brushed my teeth yet this morning. I don't think I did. It doesn't matter, okay? Just quick, get it out there. The practice of you iterating and creating content is what's going to make you better. All right, I can't wait to see all of your posts. If you're not in the Facebook group already, come join us. Share what your TikTok looks like. Facebook.com/groups/audience and authority. And if you still need help with this for the short form video creation, I offer these services. The link is in the show notes and in the Facebook group. Talk to you next time.